Alright guys, we got OP-10 box break. This is going to be from my pack today, from playing at the tournament, and then we got a box from the tournament as well. Not a one pack, just everybody that participated in the tournament got to buy a box early. So here we go, let's get into some One Piece OP-10. And we're going to go through a few facts that if you don't know, hopefully by the end of this you will know. And look, there's a nice Doflamingo. So we're going to separate two as we go. So if you did not know, officially, starting in, I believe, 2026, One Piece will be releasing in tandem in the US and Japan. So we will not get all of the pre-meta stuff and all of the pre-built decks and everything in between. We will get to actually theory craft and everything else with the rest of the world at the same time on how certain things functions and what would be the best way to go about building decks. Now, we're going to jump into that and crack packs at the same time. So, one of the biggest things that we've had in the United States with One Piece cards is we get them already pre-translated from the Japanese versions, and so we already know that what these cards were and what they were going to be, and what's viable and what's not for the most part. And because of that, we have a problem with already kind of knowing everything that's going to be available and basically playable through meta and everything in between. Because of that in the US, we don't get to really theory craft or do that stuff. It's mostly done for us. We can try to tweak things in the US, but for the most part, it's already been pre-done by everybody else in One Piece. Two Doflamingos out of a box. That's kind of funny. I'm sure they're useful, but we don't get to do that. And a lot of the people that I was talking to at the event today that were talking about the One Piece getting to theory craft, they're really excited for it. So basically by next year this time, we will be getting boxes with Japan at the same time, and we'll all be getting to see the cards for the first time together and do a lot more with trying to craft and do different things with our decks rather than having the pre-built deck list from Japan and everything in between. Now that hasn't stopped people. Don't get me wrong. There are rogue decks out there that people play and have built and have gotten good at. And it is a lot of fun to just play around with different stuff. But from what I was hearing about from some of the guys that I play with, they would like to be able to, you know, theory craft and toy with some ideas. And if I stumble across a couple cards that they told me will be really good, we will see. This potentially, but that is a great blocker. If you guys got to open pre-release stuff, or if you're waiting, I hope that you guys enjoy your stuff. So, it has been a lot. And a lot of fun. There is a lot of stuff that has been said about this set. Everyone says it's kind of a meh set, which means it's good, but it's not the greatest set out there that has come out to date. Ooh, we got a Law. That's nice. There we go. Law. And our two Doflamingos SR. So we still potentially have something in the box, but I don't think we can get a manga because that's in the box. So no manga, boo hiss. But we still can go fetch other stuff. Oops, not on camera. But there's just a lot of stuff going on with One Piece in the card game, and also with distribution for how some cards are being handed out and how hard it is to get hands on some sets. And then there's just so much going on with the game right now. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it's just needing to be sorted out with the overall game itself. But overall, I think it's very good, it's very healthy. As of cards and as of a game. It has a very big following that only continues to grow. We keep getting more and more people at our card shop wanting to play and come out. So it is growing. It is a growing game still, and it's doing very well. So we are having fun with it. If you guys have run into any problems with One Piece getting it, let us know where you're from. Let us know how hard it is to get a hold of One Piece cards. I know some people have One Piece stores in their states, maybe close to them, maybe not too close to them, and it may be easier for you to get your hands on some stuff, or your card shop just might have a better availability to get product. But, oh, stop fighting, you guys. Those are my cats. But with that also being said, there's a lot when it comes to the One Piece cards that it just is problematic for some people. Like, my niece went on vacation a little while back, and there were people that basically couldn't even get their hands on product. They could only buy it off TCG Player as a secondary market and everything in between. And so, let us know where you're at. Let us know what your struggles are with opening up One Piece, whether you've done well. I know one of the guys at our card shop has pulled a manga almost out of every set that he's opened, or close to it. So it's just ridiculous, the luck that some people have in pulling. It's also ridiculous about just how hard cards are to get for some people. And there's just so much more. But we love our cards, we love our games. And I specifically love opening. So if I couldn't get my hands on product, I would be very disappointed. And you know, sometimes that's just the way it goes. It's nice that we're finally getting a little bit of a stabilization to the card game overall, where product is becoming more available. It's becoming more readily available, I should say, for almost all players. It's still not perfect by any means. Oh, Don Quixote, one of my favorites. Was that an SR? Yes, it is. It needs to go over here. But we are about halfway through the box, and we still only have a law. So let's get going. I don't know what set comes out next. I'm sure I could go, like I said, and look at what Japan has and see some of the cards and stuff. But I do like the set so far. I love some of the artworks on it. They're continuing to do a good job. And just overall with the game. Now, Bandai, I believe it's Bandai, if I can remember that right? Yeah, Bandai. There it is, right there, Bandai. Bandai has not done the best of job making the player base happy, though. They have fallen short, like I said, with product and much, much more when it comes to just making the players be able to have cards. Now, I understand we don't want cards to be cheap because, ooh, that's pretty. But I know we don't want cards to be cheap, and especially the alt art, so they don't want to overprint them. But they still need to make them readily available, and I don't know if anybody else has the same problem that we do down here in Texas, but distribution is just awful across the board for One Piece and for other card games. And what I mean by awful across the board is there are some people that are clearly given way more product for their stores than others. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because some of those stores are bigger and do host bigger events. But some of those stores aren't. Or they only host enough events to get enough product to actually have so much product on hand, which hurts your smaller stores that want to get into being able to have One Piece product for their players, or even be able to get into One Piece, because I know a lot of stores that have this problem where they'll say they want, let's say, 300 boxes of One Piece product on launch day, and they're lucky to get 30 boxes of One Piece OP10 on launch day. Like, the amount that they order and they ask for, the numbers are ridiculous. Like, to the point where if they ever gave a card shop the amount of product that those card shop asks for, they would put a card shop out of business because it would be too much product, most likely, especially if everyone got it. It would just tank the set and everything in between. And that's what I mean by there's a problem with, like, the distribution and Bandai and everything in between, is there's a lot more that I think needs to be looked into with that stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm a player, we're players, and there's not a whole lot on the back end we can do about it. We can ask them to do stuff about it, but we can't necessarily do a whole lot on our end. Ooh, I need that. I need that. I'm playing Blackbeard, so that's needed. But like I said, if you guys have had problems, similar things, or just stories to tell about product or mangas you've hit, go ahead, drop a comment, let us know. We'd love to hear about it. We have opened a ton of stuff between everybody that opens it up with me and for me and lets me open stuff for them. And we have not pulled a manga on this channel yet. Basil Hawkins needed for another deck. And also Tashigi, also needed for another deck. That was a good pack. But yeah, so we have yet to hit a manga. We've opened quite a bit here and there and throughout all of the stuff. And they're very hard to hit. So let us know. Let us know what you guys have gotten. Let us know if you opened any OP-10 and what you guys hit, what you guys completely whiffed on. Because that's tends to be what I do most of the time. But like I said, at the end of the day, I like opening cards. All right, we're getting towards the end here, everybody. Dawn Pack, Dead Pack. I don't know if you guys have been watching some videos, but we have been posting kind of the theory behind One Piece packs, and a Dawn in the pack kills a lot of hits in the pack, as well as a leader card. So this is what we call a double dead, and means there's nothing in either of these two slots. Just because the way that the pack lays out, it doesn't hit across the board. For some weird reason, I don't know why, it's just how the print sheet lays or whatever else, but a lot of the guys that I play with that do a lot more One Piece pack analyzation than me, that is what the analysts say, is if you have a leader card in the pack, which is a red, it kills a lot of your pack hits. And if you have a Dawn on the back of the pack, it kills a lot of your pack hits. So you're most likely not going to see an alt art leader or any of the other stuff. Ooh, that's cool. That's cool. That is really pretty. All right, so that is 3 hits in the box. I don't think we're going to get any more, but I have been proven wrong before. Okay, let's see if this one has it. Nope. So this one is what they say, potential, because there's no leader card in the middle of the pack or on the back of the pack. Now, if there's a leader card on the back of the pack, it is an automatic alt art leader. I would assume everyone knows that, but for those that don't open a lot of One Piece or are getting into it, that is the rule. So if on the very last card it is this instead of this, you get an alternate art leader, which is pretty fun. All right, 2 packs left. Let's get into it. Didn't pull an alternate art leader in the box, but we have 1 pack to go. And a little